Celebrating academic excellence, this is the University of North Dakota's Spring Commencement Ceremony for graduate degree students. Welcome to the University of North Dakota's Graduate Degrees Ceremony. 8 times a year, the university conducts commencement ceremonies to celebrate the success of our students. Thank you for participating in today's ceremony. To honor our students, please silence your phones. If you must leave your seats, please be considerate of others around you. Enthusiasm for your graduate is understandable and encouraged. However, we ask that you do not use air horns during the ceremony. The harsh sound can be disturbing to some of our guests. The candidates will enter the auditorium from the right. Please stand as Pomp and Circumstance is played and the procession begins. A UND student from the Army Reserve Officers Training Corps carries the American flag and leads the procession. Cadet Isaac Yatzik is a junior majoring in unmanned aircraft systems. Following Cadet Yatzik are international and tribal flags. The flag bearers represent the nations who are part of today's graduating class. A UND faculty member, chosen from the ranks of the Chesterford's Distinguished Professors, carries the university flag and leads the candidates into the auditorium. Our flag marshal is Colin Combs, Chesterford's Distinguished Professor of Biomedical Sciences. The University of North Dakota was founded 6 years before North Dakota became a state. The original handwritten charter is preserved in the UND archives. A replica of the charter is being carried by Charter Marshal Jorge Soto. The candidates for degrees in the School of Graduate Studies are accompanied by Dean Chris Nelson and representatives of the graduate faculty. The mace of the University of North Dakota symbolizes the institution's authority to grant degrees. It is made out of oak from the university's first building, Old Main. The mace precedes President Andrew Armacost and other members of the platform group. The mace is carried by the Grand Marshal, Dylan McAvoy. Wearing a medallion that carries the official seal of a university is a practice that dates back to the Middle Ages. The UND seal is worn as part of the President's regalia and represents our institution as a symbol of authority. The chain which supports the medallion includes the names of all former UND presidents. UND President Andrew Armacost wears the official seal during today's ceremony. His regalia has 4 chevrons on the sleeves, a distinction reserved for university presidents. President Armacost is accompanied by members of the platform who will be introduced when the ceremony begins.
Good morning. I'm Andy Armacost, President of the University of North Dakota, and welcome to the University of North Dakota's 2022 Spring Commencement Ceremony. We are pleased you are gathered here to celebrate the academic achievements of our UND graduates receiving their doctoral and master's degrees. Please remain standing as Erica Pelock comes to the podium to sing America the Beautiful. America the Beautiful is heard on our campus at 8 a.m. every day, played on the carillons located on the roof of Twomley Hall. So it is fitting that today we include this song to open our commencement ceremony. Erica, who is from Two Harbors, Minnesota, will be walking across the commencement stage this afternoon, celebrating her degree in music education. We thank her for sharing her musical talents with us today.
Spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesties above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed His grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood, from sea to shining sea. Oh, beautiful for pilgrims' feet, whose stern impassioned stress a thoroughfare for freedom beat across the wilderness. America,
Thank you, Erica. And everyone, please be seated. This is the 134th General Spring Commencement of the University of North Dakota. Congratulations to the graduating class of 2022 here to receive their master's and doctoral degrees. We are proud of your accomplishments and happy to be here to celebrate with you. I'm now pleased to introduce Dr. Casey Ryan, Chair of the State Board of Higher Education, to bring greetings to our graduates and our guests.
Good morning, everyone. Distinguished guests, blessed graduates, and this is an additional degree for all of you. I'm very proud to represent the State Board of Higher Education today. You know, you hear a lot about us. Fortunately, we're an independent branch within the state of North Dakota, in that we work with the legislature, the governor, we work with industry, presidents, students, citizens, so we have a very important role. And our task is to make sure that we provide education that will ultimately benefit the state of North Dakota. Now, it doesn't mean that all of you will ultimately be working in North Dakota, but enough of you will be, and that is very good for our citizens. So we do hope that you will stay in North Dakota when you finish, or when you go on from this degree maybe to another degree, that you will come back, because what you do, your skill set, your education, will help the citizens of this state. And I've always said, if you can't come back to North Dakota, do second best and go to Minnesota. Now, your career has been based on a grading system, and you are A or B or C, and it doesn't really matter today, you're graduating. But when you get into the world, the grades are different. They will be based on how you deal with people and how you communicate. And the important thing is communicate with other people. And the degree today has given you opportunity, but opportunity does not mean you'll be successful. Success is based on what you do after today. And I'm going to give you what I think and what I've seen in my years in medicine is what you need to do in a short course to be successful. 5 things. Number 1, smile. Number 2, be nice. Number 3, listen. Number 4, have a good attitude. And number 5, make a difference every day you go to work. Guaranteed, if you do those things, you will be successful. All of you can be A in the world of education and what goes on after education. So congratulations to you. Congratulations to spouses, parents. If you can be really smart, that's good, but it's better to be nice. If you can be smart and nice, thank your parents. Congratulations. Have a good day.
There are a number of folks on the stage who I would like to introduce, our distinguished guests. You just heard from Casey Ryan, Chair of the State Board of Higher Education. Also joining us, General John Raymond, Chief of Space Operations, U.S. Space Force, and our commencement speaker today. Molly Raymond, an advocate for military families and our Presidential Medal recipient today. Eric Link, Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs. Jed Shivers, Vice President for Finance and Operations. Melanie Linder, Vice President for Marketing and Communications. John Mihelich, Vice President for Research and Economic Development. Beth Helwig, Vice President for Student Affairs. Ken Ruitt, Associate Dean for Education and Faculty Affairs, School of Medicine and Health Sciences. Cindy Jutnan, Dean of the College of Education and Human Development. Amy Henley, Dean of the Nistler College of Business and Public Administration. Brian Tandy, Dean of the College of Engineering and Mines. Robert Krause, Dean of the John D. Odegaard School of Aerospace Studies. Merity Shogren, Dean of the College of Nursing and Professional Disciplines. Yvette Kepke, Associate Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences. David Relling, Associate Dean for Health Sciences, School of Medicine and Health Sciences. Alex Pokernowski, Dean of Students. Sarah Prout, Vice President of Marketing and Communications for the UND Alumni Association and Foundation. Scott Carell, our Registrar. And our two commencement stage announcers, David Tack and Darren Looker. The commencement ceremony you are attending this morning, where master's and doctoral degrees are being conveyed, represents a portion, about 35%, of all the candidates eligible for degrees today at our UND General Commencement exercises. A similar ceremony for all undergraduate degree students, those receiving their bachelor's degrees, will be held here this afternoon. Nearly 1,800 students are eligible to receive their degrees today. I'd also like to welcome those who are watching our commencement ceremony today live, online. We are pleased that you are enjoying this experience through this important outreach service of the University of North Dakota. We also welcome our distance education graduates who have traveled here today to participate in this commencement ceremony. And we also extend a special welcome to our distance education graduates taking part through our webcast or Facebook Live. This is your ceremony too, and we thank you for joining us from across the country and around the world. We congratulate and celebrate with you. Our distance education graduates, those completing their degrees through entirely online programs, have been offered the opportunity to have their names read at today's ceremony, and we are pleased to acknowledge our distance graduates in this way. I'd also like to offer my special thanks to our pianist, Brent Hermans, for the pre-ceremony entertainment and the great music throughout today's ceremony. Thank you, Brent. I would also like to acknowledge representatives of the University of North Dakota faculty who are present and seated with our graduates at today's ceremony. All faculty members, why don't you please stand and be recognized? I would also like to acknowledge members of the UND staff from across the campus who have supported these graduates during their years at UND. Thanks also to the commencement marshals, UND student ambassadors, and students who carried their country's international and tribal flags in our procession today. Special thanks to UND staff members responsible for today's ceremony, including our stage managers, Sarah Kaiser and Cassie Gerhardt. And special thanks to all of our family members who are here today and who gather and celebrate from places afar, our parents, grandparents, spouses, aunts and uncles, children, friends of the graduates. Graduates, why don't you express your appreciation for all those who supported you today by sharing a round of applause for them. And let me also extend my appreciation as a veteran myself to all the veterans and future service members who are graduating today. If you're here, please stand. And speaking of those who have served, I'm delighted today to recommend, or not to recommend, but to welcome today's guest speaker. General Jay Raymond is the Chief of Space Operations for the U.S. Space Force. In this role, he leads our nation's newest branch of the military and has done so since the Space Force was created in December of 2019. His full biography is on page 16 of your program, but let me offer several notes. General Raymond's first assignment, in fact, was here at Grand Forks Air Force Base as a Minuteman Intercontinental Ballistic Missile Crew Commander and Flight Commander from 1985 through 1989. Throughout his career, he has held multiple planning, command, and leadership positions within the Office of the Secretary of Defense, Air Force Space Command, U.S. Strategic Command, and U.S. Space Command. In leading our nation's guardians, he assures our uninterrupted operations in space, a foundation of our national security. In addition, his visionary views on the role of universities in our nation's security paved the way for the University of North Dakota to be the first ever university partner with the U.S. Space Force. We are delighted that he and his wife, Molly, who is a two-time UND graduate herself, are joining us today. Please join me in a warm University of North Dakota welcome for General J. Raymond.
Good morning. How's everybody doing? Good? President Armacost, thank you for that kind introduction, and thank you for your many years of distinguished service to our country and to this great university. I'd also like to take a moment to recognize your better half, Kathy. It's great to see you again. We had the privilege of being stationed in Colorado Springs with the Armacost when he was the Dean of the Air Force Academy, and I will tell you, he's the most popular dean I have ever met in my life, and you all got a great steal. The Air Force's loss was clearly UND's gain. I'm honored to be here this morning, and I'm well aware that this is the first in-person spring commencement since the pandemic hit us 2 years ago. And that makes it all more meaningful to be here speaking to you today. I'll be honest, the last time I was asked to speak at a commencement address was for my daughter's 8th grade graduation. So, well, you're going to have to tell me how I do. I'm delighted, absolutely delighted that you invited me to be here for several reasons. First, the University of North Dakota is widely recognized as a widely recognized leader in fields that are near and dear to my heart, like engineering, unmanned aircraft systems, aviation, and especially, you guessed it, space. It's no coincidence that UND was the very first university the Space Force signed a university partnership agreement with just a year or so ago. And I can't wait to see how it unfolds over the coming years in the area of research and personnel development. Second, as President Armacost said, as a young second lieutenant in the United States Air Force back in the 1980s, Grand Forks Air Force Base was my very first place of duty. And I served as a missile launch officer for 4 years as part of the 321st Strategic Missile Wing. And I just want to say thanks to Grand Forks for all the great support that you provide our active duty and our veterans. And last, but not probably, the most important, if it weren't for UND, I wouldn't be here today. I met the love of my life here, Molly, UND undergrad class of 1987, and a master's graduate in 1989. I have no idea where I'd be in this life without her, but I guarantee I wouldn't be here as a 4-star general. Heck, I might not have even made it to captain. Thank you, Molly, for being here, and thanks for what you do each and every day for the last 37 years. All this to say that I'm honored to be here, but this isn't about me, it's about you. You are all closing one chapter and about to embark on a new one. As graduate students, you are already experts in your fields. If you've got a master's, you're one of less than 15% of Americans. And if you are adding a PhD to your signature block, you're in less than 2%. What that means is, first, you've worked really hard, and you ought to be very proud of yourselves. You have shown commitment and tenacity, and you have proven that you are capable of achieving difficult goals. Let that sink in for just a moment. Earning this degree also means is that you have tremendous opportunities ahead of you. You are entering the job market at a very advantageous time, and employers are going to be lucky to have you. But you also have opportunities because the world is a challenging place right now. This is a time of great uncertainty and great complexity, the most complex strategic environment in probably several generations. You are starting a new chapter in your career, and that can take you in directions that you never imagined, just as the world around you changes more than you can imagine. Let me give you some perspective. I graduated from Clemson University. I refer to that as the Harvard of the South, 38 years ago, in 1984. I began training for my first assignment as an ICBM crew here at Grand Forks, right here in North Dakota. We were in the height of the Cold War. President Reagan had just announced plans for what would become the International Space Station, while a Soviet cosmonaut became the first woman to perform a spacewalk. The U.S. Air Force launched the 9th and 10th Global Positioning System, GPS satellite, into orbit that year. Apple began selling the very first Macintosh personal computer, although I hadn't even seen a personal computer with a mouse until I was a senior in college. 38 years before that was 1946. Europe and Asia were both rebuilding from World War II. The first meeting of the United Nations was held, and Winston Churchill coined the term Iron Curtain in a speech in Missouri. Military leadership commissioned a classified study called Preliminary Design of an Experimental World-Circling Spaceship, the very first dreams of a U.S. space program. And only a lucky few could buy a ticket for a commercial airplane flight. 38 years before that was 1908. The horrors of the world wars were still unimaginable. The U.S. Army signed a contract with the Wright brothers for a, quote, flying machine. And now, 38 years after I graduated, I'm leading a military service that didn't exist until 2.5 years ago. You all have at least one tiny computer in your pocket that's more powerful than the computer that enabled man to first walk on the moon. And you probably have another one on your wrist. Now, if you're one of the lucky few, and rich few, you can buy a ticket for a commercial flight to space. Why am I giving you a history lesson? I'm sure there are those that are graduating with a history degree that know far more about this than I do. My point is that you are starting a new chapter in your lives with this degree, and over the course of your careers, the world around you will change more than you can imagine. And the expertise that you've gained here in Grand Forks at UND will help you be part of that future. One of you might design the future Apple Watch or a space plane. Another might plan the first meeting for an international organization that doesn't even exist yet, or negotiate a treaty that helps the world be more stable, or our way of life to be more sustainable. Or you'll teach or care for children in the next generation who will do incredible things. There is certainly plenty of hard work ahead. It will take all the focus, analysis, and determination that you can give for our nation and our planet to face the challenges that lie ahead. My hope is that each of you dream big and be bold in pursuit of your unique path, full of ups and downs, challenges and victories, lives of meaning and lives of service. Embrace uncertainty, thrive on change, and invent your future. You might just change the world. So I thought I'd try to give you a bit of advice on where to go from here. First, as you stand here right on the brink of a new chapter in your lives, take some time to look back, not only to realize how far you've come, but to honor the place where you started. Now I'm going to make an analogy here, and bear with me because I want to stick to topics that I know best, while hopefully making a little bit of sense to you. 2.5 years ago, I was tapped to lead this new military service called the United States Space Force. Right then, I was also on the brink of a new chapter, and as you are now. And here are some of the ideas that guided me and that I hope may guide you as well. First, remember where you came from. Honor your roots. The Space Force is a brand new service, the first new service in the United States military since the creation of the Air Force in 1947. So in a way, we had a chance to create, to innovate, to start anew, just as you do today. But contrary to what some TV shows may portray, the Space Force did not just pop into existence out of nowhere. Before the Space Force existed as an independent service, the Air Force, Army, Navy all had space missions. So as we go about creating a new service, we're also being intentional about honoring those in the Air Force, Army, Navy, and Marine Corps that also served in the space mission. The Space Force, while it is developing its own identity, will always retain elements of the sister services' cultures and traditions. And as you begin this new chapter of your lives, I'd like to invite you to reflect on where you came from and honor those roots. Some of your roots are here in Grand Forks, but you might have roots in other places with other people. Carry them and the values that have been instilled in you as you go forward. Finally, I'd like to share a few thoughts on leadership, some lessons I've learned over 38 years that I hope may be of use. You're experts in your field now. People will look to you for advice, for leadership, even if you're not in an official leadership position. Think about what leadership means to you and in your field. It will look different depending on what kind of work you do. Define your leadership goals and traits now, not at crunch time. And ask your parents, ask those who know you best to give you candid feedback and consider both the good and bad. Second, I'd encourage you to set high standards, both for yourself and for others. Don't sell yourself short. Expect high quality work. And when you don't get it, help people acquire the skills they need to have to deliver those. Take care of yourself and those you are trusted to lead. It can sometimes feel like you have to make a choice between caring for others and caring for yourself. It's not easy, but find ways to do both. Get enough sleep, drink water, eat your vegetables, get exercise, give your brain a break sometimes, and whatever being healthy means to you, do it. You'll thank yourself later. Finally, if you remember nothing about this speech, I'd ask you to remember this, and this gets back to our very first speaker, Dr. Ryan. Be a good person. Listen more than you speak. Put yourself in others' shoes. Never, ever think you have it all figured out, or that those who think differently than you are 100% wrong. And find common ground. Treat people with dignity and respect. I'm a big country music fan. Anybody here like country music? I can't say it any better than Tim McGraw in his song, Humble and Kind. Hold the door. Say please, say thank you. Don't steal, don't cheat, don't lie. I know you have mountains to climb, but always stay humble and kind. Thanks so much for having me here and letting me share a few thoughts with you. My sincere congratulations to each and every one of you, and I wish you all the best in your careers and in your life. Thank you very much.
General Raymond, thank you for those important, wise, and appreciative comments. I know the members of our graduating class will take them to heart, and your example of leadership is one that we can all aspire to. So thank you so much for being here and sharing those remarks. In addition, I would like to also take the opportunity to recognize Molly Raymond's contributions to our nation and to the members of the U.S. Space Force. The President's Medal is the highest honor the President of the University of North Dakota can confer by its own authority. The medal was designed by renowned sculptor Avard Airbanks, who served as sculptor in residence at UND in 1966. The front side of the medal has a head and shoulders rendering of alma mater, circled by the phrase, "An invitation to learning." The medal bears the inscription, "Seek knowledge, gain wisdom, and render love for humanity through greater service." Today, I'm so proud to present this important medal to Molly Raymond. Molly, if you could join me on stage, please, to my left. And I will read the following award citation. Molly Raymond distinguished herself in her fierce and unwavering support for military spouses and families. Within the U.S. Space Force, she has led the development of a culture of care and hope among our nation's guardians and their families. Her involvement and advocacy has involved connections with the Air Force Aid Society, the Department of Defense Military Spouse Employment Network, the Fisher House Foundation, Easter Seals, and the Air and Space Force Association. Her advocacy for portability of licensure across state lines has provided professional stability for many military spouses. Molly is a proud two-time graduate of the University of North Dakota and continues to represent our university for our nation and across the globe, rendering love for humanity through greater service. Molly, it is my honor to present you with the President's Medal today.
Good morning. I am deeply honored and humbled to be here today to accept this distinguished award. I would like to personally thank President Armacost, as well as his wife, Kathy. Jay and I have known the Armacost during their many years of military service and have watched firsthand how they both lead with dedication, integrity, passion, and hard work. The University of North Dakota is so fortunate to have their continued leadership. It is also a privilege to be back in Grand Forks and to visit my beloved alma mater. I was so fortunate to earn both my undergraduate and graduate degrees from the University of North Dakota, and I truly believe my education and experiences here gave me the foundation, the fortitude, and the work ethic I needed to face the challenges that military life can bring. Jay just celebrated his 38th year of military service, and with that, our family has moved over 17 times. I've lost track of the schools our 3 children have attended. We've lived in foreign countries away from family, experienced an earthquake and an evacuation, and I've struggled with military spouse employment. But through it all, I have truly embraced this life and consider it an honor to serve as a spouse and to advocate for military families whenever given the opportunity. What really helps military families is when the communities we live in support us. And I know firsthand how the city of Grand Forks, the University of North Dakota, and the state of North Dakota welcome and support our military families through the areas of education, spouse employment, and housing. So on behalf of our military community, I would like to say thank you. I am truly touched and humbled by this award, and I can't thank you enough for this tremendous honor. Congratulations to all of you here today, and I wish you continued success.
The Chester Fritz Distinguished Professorship is the highest honor the University of North Dakota bestows on its faculty members, a reflection of the generous spirit of legendary UND benefactor Chester Fritz. This award is reserved for those faculty members who demonstrate the highest degree of accomplishment in teaching, research, scholarship, and service. Those who receive this honor exemplify UND's mission to educate the next generation of student and community leaders, advance the frontiers of human knowledge, and serve the public good in North Dakota and beyond. In your program, you will find short biographical summaries outlining some of the reasons this year's recipients have been chosen for this honor. In recognition of this distinction, these faculty members will be presented today with a medallion, a plaque, and will always carry the honorary title of Chester Fritz Distinguished Professor. Today, it is my pleasure to introduce 2 new Chester Fritz Distinguished Professors. Sean Valentine, Professor of Management, please come forward. Professor Valentine, I'm pleased to welcome you as a member of the Chester Fritz Distinguished Professors. Great job. Our second recipient, Glenda Linseth, please come forward. Professor Linseth, I am pleased to welcome you as a new member of the Chester Fritz Distinguished Professors. The next portion of today's commencement ceremony involves the conferring of degrees to the candidates assembled before you. We will begin with the doctoral candidates. Candidates for the doctoral degrees in the School of Graduate Studies will be presented by Provost Eric Link.
Will the candidates for the doctoral degrees please rise?
Do it again.
Let's try that again because the mic wasn't working. Will the candidates for the doctoral degrees please rise? President Armacost, these candidates have completed all the requirements for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Doctor of Education, Occupational Therapy Doctorate, or Doctor of Physical Therapy. I therefore have the honor of presenting them to you for the conferring of these degrees.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty and by the authority of the North Dakota State Board of Higher Education, I confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Doctor of Education, Occupational Therapy Doctorate, or Doctor of Physical Therapy. I have the honor of welcoming you into the ancient and universal society of scholars with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. And I will now present you with the appropriate diploma, signed and marked with the seal of the university. In further recognition of your rank as doctor, you will be invested with a hood marked with the official colors of the University of North Dakota.
And now for stage directions. So Occupational Therapy Doctorate and Doctor of Physical Therapy candidates, please be seated at this time. Doctor of Philosophy and Doctor of Education candidates, please come forward with your advisors at the direction of the commencement marshals using the ramp on your right. Cross the stage as you are introduced, and after receiving your hood and diploma, exit the stage using the ramp on the opposite side of the platform. You will pose for a photo in the area accessible from the base of that ramp before returning to your seats.
The School of Graduate Studies is home to the highest academic degrees awarded by the university. The first Doctor of Philosophy degree was awarded in 1914. The school currently enrolls 3,500 students and offers 160-degree and certificate programs. Here's the online candidate from the disciplines in the John D. Odegaard School of Aerospace Sciences, followed by the candidates who are here today. Imamwi Karachilios. Marcos Fernandez Tuas, receiving a Doctor of Philosophy in Aerospace Sciences, presented by Dr. Joe Vosek. Here are the candidates from the disciplines in the College of Arts and Sciences. Rana El Sadi, receiving a PhD in English, presented by Dr. Kim Donahauer Weinstein. Gihan Lakmal Gamadge, receiving a Doctor of Philosophy in Physics, presented by Dr. Kanishka Marasinga. Joanna Elsbieta Hanslick, receiving a Doctor of Philosophy in Biology, presented by Dr. Manu Manu. Alex James Holt, receiving a Doctor of Philosophy in Psychology, presented by Dr. Heather Terrell. Amanda Marie Moreno, receiving a Doctor of Philosophy in Music Education, presented by Dr. Barbara Lewis. Kelsey Joe Morin, receiving a Doctor of Philosophy in Biology, presented by Dr. Rebecca Simmons. Melissa S. Sisson, receiving a Doctor of Philosophy in Biology, presented by Dr. Rebecca Simmons. Here are the online candidates from the disciplines in the College of Education and Human Development, followed by those who are here today. Aubrey May Madler. Michelle Salyer. Sean Michael Adkins, receiving a Doctor of Education in Teaching and Learning, presented by Dr. Jared Dwayne Schlenker. Bailey Joe Nafziger, receiving a Doctor of Education in Teaching and Learning, presented by Dr. Julie Rebecca Robinson. Amy Lynn Starzecki, receiving a Doctor of Education in Teaching and Learning, presented by Dr. Shannon Grave. Daniel Scott Workin, receiving a Doctor of Education in Educational Leadership, presented by Dr. Jared Dwayne Schlenker. Thomas Stanley Warman, receiving a Doctor of Education in Educational Leadership, presented by Dr. Jared Dwayne Schlenker. Jessica Jane Arndt, receiving a Doctor of Philosophy in Teaching and Learning, presented by Dr. Carolyn Ozaki. Cynthia Margaret Boehm, receiving a Doctor of Philosophy in Teaching and Learning, presented by Dr. Carolyn Ozaki. Jessa Lynn Holtang, receiving a Doctor of Philosophy in Educational Foundations and Research, presented by Dr. Tamba Kui Bailey. Mary Ellen Houston, receiving a Doctor of Philosophy in Teaching and Learning, presented by Dr. Carolyn Ozaki. Vladimir Lazar, receiving a Doctor of Philosophy in Teaching and Learning, presented by Dr. Wo-Wei Hung. Yusuf Adam Marafa, receiving a Doctor of Philosophy in Teaching and Learning, presented by Dr. Deborah Worley. Amy Maslowski, receiving a Doctor of Philosophy in Counseling Psychology, presented by Dr. Cindy Juntnan. Caitlin Malera, receiving a Doctor of Philosophy in Teaching and Learning, presented by Dr. Deborah Worley. Michelle Lee Polly Murphy, receiving a Doctor of Philosophy in Teaching and Learning, presented by Dr. Wo-Wei Hung. Stacy Ann Gilpin, receiving a Doctor of Philosophy in Educational Foundations and Research, presented by Dr. Zarina Azazova. Bradley Wayne Parrish, receiving a Doctor of Philosophy in Education, Health, and Behavior, presented by Dr. Zarina Azazova and his #1 fan, Dr. Cassie Gerhardt. Catherine M. Tyler, receiving a Doctor of Philosophy in Education, Health, and Behavior, presented by Dr. Zarina Azazova. Maria Berglund, receiving a Doctor of Philosophy in Geology, presented by Dr. Jaco Putkanen. Zakaria L. Maribet, receiving a Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical Engineering, presented by Dr. Prakesh Reganathan. David Benjamin Kani, receiving a Doctor of Philosophy in Civil Engineering, presented by Dr. Michael Mann. Ashish Pramod Katwal, receiving a Doctor of Philosophy in Energy Engineering, presented by Dr. Michael Mann. The recipients of the Occupational Therapy Doctorate were honored at a doctorate program hooding ceremony held earlier. Here are the candidates for the Occupational Therapy Doctorate degree. Uluwafe Kemi Adawai. Grant Howard Baker. Molly Sue Banks. Haley Elizabeth Blum. Mackenzie Martha Brokaw. Stacy Michelle Bashady. Nora Jen Carlson. Katie Christofferson. Mackenzie Leanne Dye. Miranda K. Evenson. Benjamin Isaac Germolis. Michelle Claire Gerving. Erin Marie Grensteiner. Danielle Grace Holstead. Ashley Marie Patricia Hurdler. Samantha Ray Hudson. Heidi Lynn Jansen. Megan Monica Jansen. Julie Ann Jurisic. Mariah LaRue. Rachel Jessica Lindemann. Haley Nicole Longton. Allison Emily McGovern. Caitlin Rose McClellan. Nicole Catherine Merkowitz. Sydney R. Merriman Ferry. Ashley Marie Osbjornson. Shivanji Patel. Mackenzie Peterson. Elizabeth Ann Roach. Sarah Schumacher. Sophia Bonnie Ann Shute. Cassandra Lee Severson. Caitlin Grace Stearns. Tyler Stecker. Kristen Nicole Thompson. The recipients of the Doctor of Physical Therapy degree were honored at a hooding ceremony held earlier. Here are the candidates for the Doctor of Physical Therapy degree. Rachel Beener. Kelly Dawn Bosch. Anna Alexandra Broughton. Haley Lynn Bregelman. Britton Dale Busman. Devin Andrew Duvier. Michael Philip Deginski. Chelsea Christina Edwards. Caitlin Feist. Matthew Thomas Grasser. Jager Lane Hansen. Kristen LaRose Hansen. Greg Allen Hartzler. Carrie Ann Huffman. Nicholas Dean Hovde. Sarah Jane Hovde. Carissa May Hovelson. Hunter Jerome Hushka. Tanner Lewis King. Dustin Robert Conan. Cassidy Ray Koski. Madison Geneva Koba. Samantha Jo Lenkow. Madeline Marie Lowett. Kayla Marie Lieben. Cassidy Lynn Limke. Emily Marie Malminger. Lauren E. Marshall. Chase Lynn Marks. Andrew Michael McCarthy. Brooke Joe Millerburn. Rachel Morin. Dylan Lee Nowling. Shayla Beth Nygaard. Colton George Ormiston. Caleb Parker Owens. Benjamin M. Phelps. Andrew David Ryan Ryder. Nasia Renee Roth. Katie Grace Running. Spencer Luke Saberin. Tyler J. Shower. Brady Edward Smith. Matthew William Soltis. Bailey Strand. McKenna Marie Tennis. Mandy Tia Tran. Alex Fodley. Michelle Lavinia Weston. Logan Mackenzie Whitvey. Brady Allen Wold Hyen.
How about another round of applause for all of our doctoral degree candidates? I would say also congratulations to Matthew's family for being the absolute loudest of the group. Let's hear it from them again. Woo! There they go. Good. The candidates for the master's degrees in the School of Graduate Studies will be presented by Provost Eric Link.
Will the candidates for the master's degrees in the School of Graduate Studies please rise? President Armacost, these candidates have completed all the requirements for their respective master's degrees in the School of Graduate Studies. I therefore have the honor of presenting them to you for the conferring of these degrees.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty and by the authority of the North Dakota State Board of Higher Education, I confer upon you the master's degrees as listed in the commencement program. I have the honor of welcoming you into the ancient and universal society of scholars with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. And I will now present you with the appropriate diploma signed and marked with the seal of the university.
Master's graduates, you may now be seated, and you will come forward row by row in the order printed in the program. You will follow the directions of the commencement marshals. As you approach the stage, you will pause for a posed photograph before ascending the ramp to the stage. You will follow the directions of the event assistants. After you have received your diploma folder and have been congratulated by President Armacost, continue across the stage and be greeted by the Associate Dean of the School of Graduate Studies and the Dean of your academic college before returning to your seats for the remainder of the ceremony.
The School of Graduate Studies has maintained its enrollment over the past 5 years. The first master's degree was awarded in 1895. Today, 26% of the student body is made up of graduate students. Here are the candidates from the disciplines in the John D. Odegaard School of Aerospace Sciences. Amira Abdel Fattah Raghab. Kristen Margaret Finnegan. Joshua D. Harris. Kevin D. Holloway. Tyler Sean Hoover. Benjamin Harris March. Cody Patrick Peterson. Jeffrey William Rogers. Lori Waters. Lee Daniel Wilson. Jacob Zanker. Lindsay Arnston. Kara Danielle Crabb. Daria Faith Cullen. Maria Zaman. Catherine Farrell. Aaron Dawes Holverson. Leah Noel Hanley. Seth Daniel Hertz. Maria Matsakis. Shane Allen McNeil. Alex Meyer. Taylor Jean Novak Nygaard. Abby Sue Osbach. Sky Leon Paul. Erin Nicole Seabright. Peyton Melissa Cole. Tam T. Wynn. Tyler John Pearson. Mary A. Morales. Hannah Ang. Stephanie Adine Friesen. Taylor Friesen. Nicole Elizabeth Goosen. Heidi Grafsgaard. Anna Grace Miller Hodnefield. Amy Nicole Eisebrand. Kendall Ann Klein. Liz E. Kritachville. Christine K. Liedenberg. Taryn Elise Moe. Megan Osowski. Jacob Tyler Quinton. Stephanie Brooke Ryamaji. Kayla Michelle Reed. Hannah Jean Sant. Melissa Amy Thompson. Michaela Alyssa Van Shepdale. Madison Jean Marie Waldron. Hannah Nicole Wershow.
Here are the online candidates from the disciplines in the Nistler College of Business and Public Administration, followed by the candidates who are here today. Kelsey Nicole Burke, Carly J. Hoffarth, Andrew Donald Yankee, Erienke Olorante John, Craig Thomas Linseth, Michelle Nathalie Mollenhauer, Kareem A. Tanus, Here with us today now are the online candidates from the disciplines in the College of Education, or excuse me, Engineering and Mines. Our online candidate is Neil Patrick Valdoz. Kenza 8 Larby. Idio Mosen Evie Augustus. Christian Ray Forsberg. Cora Ijama Hesniak Odala. Caleb Abba. Kihende Emmanuel Kolawole. Abd Rashid Abdiande Ejiboye. Neal Thor Willard Davis. Rampton Carden. Connor Richard Marzin. Jerry Michael Murray. Keena Ing. April Warman. Minyoungyen Yo. Nigel Joseph Mirza. Here are the online candidates from the disciplines in the School of Medicine and Health Sciences, followed by the candidates who are here today. Kimberly Melissa Nicholas. Janae Andrea Arnold. Anthony Allen Beatty. Rachel Nicole Bruning. Hugh Woodrow Klein III. Travis John Cook. Sean Calvin Core. Kylie Janae Ingebretson. Michael Paul Gillespie. Benjamin Hunter Graff. Brandon Richard Harthen. Mackenzie Caitlin Kemet. Karen Elizabeth Kenny. Kelsey Ann Krieger. Bennett Alexander Leach. David Andrew Majeski. Chase Alexander McGlinchey. Miranda A. Nygaard. Kylie Joe Pastian. Sakara Tashay Pratt. Rachel Faye Sparrow. Krista K. Thielgis. Shelley Marie Bartow. Rachel Elizabeth Geyer. Amy Hansen. Connor Truman Paul McCarty. Jessica N. Passini. Naya N. Patel. Catherine R. Wise. Mara Ibora. Christy Adams. Caitlin Elizabeth Kuchera. Ethan Fomacy. Paulo Ramos. Here are the online candidates from the disciplines in the College of Nursing and Professional Disciplines, followed by the candidates who are here today. Ifra Ibrahim Ahmed. Jandy Lynn Broughton. Gloria Marion Davis. Anne Catherine Hendricks. Kelly McLean. Emily Ann Miller. Shaikean Pope. Asia Reedy. Kelsey Marie Ross. Ashley Elizabeth Stafford. Desiree Ann Steinberger. Allison Stensland. Keisha May Adams. Nicole Cherie Alba. Elizabeth Badhuan. Ifra Ibrahim Ahmed. Amanda K. Dukart Beckman. Sadia K. Boyo. Jandy Broughton. Carrie Jo Brick. Ashley Marie Calor. Catherine Anna Carlson. Lucy Casimir. Gloria Marion Davis. Jenna Marie Dion. Kelly Ann Donlin. Ashley Michelle Fennell. Rachel Mayes Fuller. Tanya Lynette Giese. Jennifer Diane Grassel. Carlene Margaret Gust. Shanda Jean Harstead. Ryan Keith Hurst. Madina Juma Ismail. Brooke Lauren Johnson. Danielle Joyce. Caitlin Rose Jung. Laura Lynn Kelly. Angela Joy Klein. Kayla Kringlin. Gina LeBlanc. Amy Elizabeth Levy. Michaela K. Lund. Jacqueline Moniangi Moriasi. Brooke Victoria Morris. Andrew Brian Nelson. Joseph Onyambo Ondicho. Beatrice Masida Paintsill. Nicolette Irene Perrin. Kelly Jade Perro. Yvonne Mangi Ote. Amanda Beth Phillips. Cassandra Faye Plant. Jenna Renee Porter. Daphne Darlene Reyes. Samantha P. Rongstead. Cassie Joy Rothi. Mahalet Cisse. Kyle Lawrence Slothog. Stephanie Ray Steele. Jessica Joanne Swingen. Andrea Janelle Tashney. Justine Pearl Thomas. Michelle Lynn Thorpe. Carol Ann Tollefson. Emily Tun. Taylor Marie Vosick. Christina Marie Waddle. Callie Winterberg. Patricia Helmer Oran. Saraya Diebert. Heidi Maureen Hare Guiney. Christy Janelle Kaler. Amy Langen. Sarah Janelle Lehman. Tierra Lynn Sackman. Ashley Elizabeth Stafford. Nicole Velasic. Darcy Weber. Jennifer Grace Williams. Here now are the online candidates from the disciplines in the Nistler College of Business and Public Administration, followed by the candidates who are here today. Kelsey Nicole Burke, Carly J. Hoffarth, Andrew Donald Yankee, Arienka Olorante John, Craig Thomas Linseth, Michelle Natalie Mollenhauer, Kareem A. Tenus, Michaela Cruz, Kennedy L. Swickla, Casey E. Fry, Tyler Daniel Gilo, Andrew Donald Yankee, Leanne Kimbrell, Cassidy Kuntz, Brandy Lynn Momerak, Alexei Matthew Moss, Courtney Peterson, Thomas B. Pinkerton, Mindy Rudnick, Emma Willie, Benjamin Lewis Bangasser, Christopher Ray Burns, Amy Marie Carlson, Joshua John Cranston, Rebecca Ann Hughes, Kayla Eleonora Klatt, Georgia Loran Paul, Braden J. Sand, Maya Joe Steinwer, Ted Lee Storkson, Arwind Ulaganathan, Caleb Ielts. Carly Joy Hoffarth. Rachel Richter Lordeman. Brady Horner. Here are the online candidates from the disciplines in the College of Education and Human Development, followed by the candidates who are here today. Amy M. Armstrong, Maye Ernst, Patricia Codley Fredley, Lindsay Raylene Gullickson, Jill Marie Keegan, Rochelle Legree, Maria Catherine Lightholt, Hakeyoung Martin, Ann Mohm, Tak Lim Pak, Audrey Proto, Sherry Abike Razak Tears, Melina Ann Ruprecht, Olivia Mary Rose Uppus, Olivia. Shayla Jean Anderson. Andrea Rose Doyon. Megan Estelle Foley. Cameron E. Holtz. Allison Marie Kirsch. Caitlin Elizabeth Kuntz. Jacqueline Marie Kuznia. Sonia Jo Lundstrom. Stacy Ray Moffett. Anna Kim Wynn. Sherry A. Razak Tees. Alexander Jordan Reed. Serena Ray Sandstrom. Kaylin Straub. Rebecca Carol Anvik. Brenna Jill Carpenter. Rosa Melita Frazee. Hannah Joyce Hillman. Taryn Kelly. Marina Marzolino. Catherine Paula Pohl. Kendra Marie Zach. Lindsay Ann Archer. Sarah Jane Basie Noreen. Nicole Brew. Sydney Malia Clark. Courtney Davis Suvanasak. Morgan Ann Flan. Andrea O. Gargano. Delaney Elizabeth Hill. Lindsay James. Rebecca Renee Jordan. Cassandra Ray Longbreak. Pamela Ray Moen. Catherine Olson. Alyssa Joe Perkins. Maggie Ridley. Kaisa Chung Sapola. Elizabeth Nicole Smith. Kayla Marie Thielman. Grace Marie Suffolkul. Jake Dalton Weaver. Carly Marie Wold. Hope Marie Wosick.
How about another big round of applause for all of our graduates? And there was a person on stage for the entire time who I realized we never introduced, and that's the Dean of the Graduate School, Chris Nelson, Dean Nelson. There he is. With the most vibrant regalia on the stage. So thank you. I would now like to introduce Sarah Prout, who is the Vice President of Marketing and Communications for the UND Alumni Association and Foundation. She will bring greetings to our newest alumni of the University of North Dakota.
Well, good morning. It is an honor to be here, and it is my pleasure to welcome you into the newest members of our alumni family. Some of you may now possess multiple degrees from this great university. Congratulations. This family you are now a part of cares deeply about the university and about each one of you. Teddy Roosevelt once said that we all have a duty in life to do good. Do what you can with what you've got, where you are, he wrote. Our alumni strive to do good in the lives of those who have followed in their footsteps here on campus. They not only provide support through their generosity, but also through their inspiration. For example, Hal and Kathy Gershman saw a need on campus for a space for graduate students to study, collaborate, and relax. The Gershmans donated $3 million to restore the oldest building on campus, the former president's home, to a new use as the Gershman Graduate Center. The Gershmans are a prime example of doing good exactly where they are. Other members of the UND family also make a difference in their communities and the lives of others. They are pilots, professors, nurses, entrepreneurs. They are engineers, journalists, and accountants. It is on the shoulders of these alumni that you now stand, and my wish is that you can see a very bright future with your UND degree in hand. As you prepare to take this next step, I ask that you stay connected to your alma mater. We are here to encourage you, inspire you, and support you. My sincerest of congratulations and best of wishes. Remember, each of you is now part of the fabric and personality of this great University of North Dakota. Go out into the world and do good. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah. And this hot off the press, apparently in all the action on stage, we missed reading the announcement for several online students within the College of Arts and Sciences, and we want to make sure we recognize them. I think Dave Tack is going to do the honors.
Here are the online candidates from the disciplines in the College of Arts and Sciences. Lindsay Marie Foley. Devitha Kubendran. Sky Leanne Paul. Sarah Elizabeth Mayumi Zaragoza.
Thanks, Dave. So now in closing, graduates, here are the logistics. Graduates will be ushered out of the arena and into the ballroom assembly area following the ceremony. We ask that members of the audience stand and remain at their seats during the recessional, and you may meet your graduates outside in the ballroom, the lobby areas, or outside, weather permitting. Thank you to all of you for attending this year's University of North Dakota 2022 Spring Commencement Ceremony for our students receiving doctoral and master's degrees. This has been a wonderful celebration of the achievements of each of our graduates. We are pleased, utterly pleased, that you could be a part of it. Congratulations to the graduates and all of your families. I wish you all the very best as you go forward in this world. Sarah had mentioned the alma mater, that you are now graduates of the university. And there's no better song to sing than our alma mater. And I call again on Erica Pelock, who, accompanied by Brent Hermans, will lead us in the singing of the alma mater. This familiar song is used as our traditional conclusion at all University of North Dakota commencement ceremonies. The words are found on page 1 of the commencement program. So please all stand and join Erica in the singing of alma mater.
Hail to thee, alma mater. Hail to thee with heart and tongue. Pride we feel and love yet greater, while we raise our grateful song. Home of lofty thought and